Mama Kemi's salon felt colder than before. The broken mirror lay in pieces, its magic shattered. But Adebisi's heart pounded with unease. The whisper still echoed in her mind. The townspeople crowded inside, their eyes darting around in fear. "Where is Mama Kemi?" someone whispered. Adebisi stood up, still shaking. "She's gone. For now." At the end of part one of this thrilling story, Mama Kemi told Adebisi that it is not over yet. Will Adebisi escape the curse, or will the stylist Mama Kemi's power consume her too? Watch till the end and find out for yourself. If you have watched part one, then you are not missing out. So guys, let's continue. Tolu grabbed her arms. "We should leave." But the townswomen weren't ready to go. They stared at the broken mirror, murmuring amongst themselves. Some of them had trusted Mama Kemi. Some had shared their deepest secrets in this very room. One woman, Iyabose, stepped forward. "You mean all this time she was using our hair to spy on us?" Adebisi nodded. "That's how she knew everything. She trapped people inside the mirror." Grasps filled the room. Adebisi bent down and picked up a shade of glass. It no longer glowed. The magic was gone. But then a cold wind swept through the room. The light flickered. The hair extension hanging on the wall rusted. Tolu's finger dug into Adebisi's arm. "Did you feel that?" Adebisi swallowed hard. The whisper returned. "It's never over." She looked around. Mama Kemi was gone. But was she truly defeated? She had a terrible feeling that this was far from the end. The next morning, the town was restless. Women whispered in the marketplace, men spoke in harsh tone, and children were warned not to go near Touch of Beauty, Mama Kemi's salon. The salon remained abandoned. Some said it should be burnt down. Others argued it should be left alone, just in case Mama Kemi returned. Adebisi and Tolu sat outside Adebisi's house, watching the nervous crowd. "I don't like this," Tolu muttered. Adebisi agreed. "She disappeared too easily." Tolu strutted. "What if she's watching us from somewhere else?" Adebisi's stomach twisted. She had been thinking the same thing. Then an old man, Baba Ojo, approached them. His wrinkled face was serious. "You girls have done something very dangerous," he said. Adebisi frowned. "We had no choice." Baba Ojo sighed. "You destroyed her mirror, but you did not destroy her power. That woman, she was not just an ordinary stylist." Tolu leaned forward. "Then what was she?" The old man's eyes darkened. "A sorceress." Adebisi's heart skipped a beat. "And she will return." Adebisi felt like a heavy stone had dropped into her stomach. "A sorceress?" she repeated. Baba Ojo nodded. "Mama Kemi has been here for a long time, but no one knew where she came from. Some say she came from a distant village. Others say she appeared overnight. But one thing is certain, she has powers beyond what you can imagine." Tolu crossed her arms. "If she was so powerful, why did she let us break the mirror?" Baba Ojo's face was grim. "Because she wanted you to." Silence fell between them. Adebisi's finger dug into her palm. "No, that can't be true. We saw her disappear." Baba Ojo shook his head. "Did you see her die?" Adebisi opened her mouth. "Then close it." "No, they didn't." Baba Ojo leaned closer. "She let you think you won, but she will return. And next time, she will be stronger." Tolu looked at Adebisi. "What do we do?" Baba Ojo sighed. "You must prepare. She will not come back the same way." Adebisi clenched her fist. This wasn't over. Not yet. Nightmares began that night. Adebisi tossed and turned in bed. Sweat drenched her forehead. even though the air was cool. Then she found herself standing in touch of beauty again, but it was not the same. The saloon was dark, the air thick with the scent of burning air. The broken mirror had reformed, larger than before, and in the reflection, Mama Kemi smiled. Adebisi screamed and woke up, grasps for breath. Her heart pounded wildly. It was just a dream. Or was it? Her window rattled even though there was no wind outside. She hugged herself, trembling. Mama Kemi was not gone, and she was coming back. The next morning, the town was in chaos. A woman had disappeared. Her name was Iyabose, the same woman who had questioned Mama Kemi at the salon. Her family searched everywhere, but she was gone, without a trace. Adebisi's blood ran cold. Mama Kemi was back, and she was taking revenge. The town gathered, whispered in fear. Then a child spoke. I saw Iyabose last night, he said. She was walking towards the salon. Adebisi and Tolu exchanged looks. Without thinking, Adebisi ran towards Touch of Beauty. If Mama Kemi had taken Iyabose, then the fight wasn't over. It was just beginning. Adebisi ran through the streets, her heart pounding. Tolu struggled to keep up. Adebisi, wait! Tolu called. We need a plan. But Adebisi wasn't listening. If Iyabose had been taken, then Mama Kemi was still inside the salon. They reached Touch of Beauty. The broken window was still there. The door was slightly open. Adebisi hesitated. The last time they entered, they had barely made it out. Tolu grabbed her arm. Are you sure about this? Adebisi took a deep breath. We have to be. They stepped inside. The air was thick, heavy, unnatural. The salon was exactly as they had left it, except for one thing. The mirror was whole again. Adebisi's stomach twisted. No, this is impossible, Tolu whispered. It's back. And in the reflection, Iyabose stood there, screaming, pounding against the glass, but she wasn't in the room. She was inside the mirror. Adebisi's hands trembled. Iyabose's reflection twisted and warped. Her voice silent behind the glass. She's trapped, Tolu whispered. Just like the others. Adebisi's mind raced. But we broke the mirror. A deep chuckle filled the air. They turned. Mama Kemi stood in the shadows, watching them. Her eyes glowed red. Did you really think you could get rid of me? She poured. This mirror is not just glass. It is part of me. It cannot be destroyed so easily. Adebisi took a step back. Let her go. Mama Kemi smiled. Why? She belongs to me now. Iyabose's face twisted in terror inside the mirror. Her hands slammed against the glass. Her mouth moving in silent peace. Tolu grabbed Adebisi's wrist. We need to run. Mama Kemi raised a hand. The door slammed shut. The walls of the salon darkened as if shadows were swallowing them whole. There is no escape this time. Adebisi's blood turned to ice. The walls pulsed with dark energy. The mirror flickered, showing not just Iyabose, but others. Faces, lost souls, trapped forever. Mama Kemi stepped forward, her fingers twisting in the air. The mirror shimmered. Adebisi's and Tolu's reflection appeared inside it. She was pulling them in. No! Adebisi screamed. She grabbed Tolu's hand and yanked her away. Tolu stumbled, her breath ragged. What do we do? Adebisi's eyes darted around. The last time they had broken the mirror, but if the mirror was part of Mama Kemi, then destroying it wasn't enough. They had to destroy her. Adebisi's gaze locked on the scissors lying on the salon's counter. Mama Kemi's power come from her. Without thinking, she grabbed the sharpest spear and lunged at Mama Kemi. The old woman's eyes widened. but she was too slow. Adebisi slashed at her thick braids. The moment the scissors sliced through, Mama Kemi let out a piercing scream. The room shook, the mirror cracked, and the salon exploded in light. Adebisi and Tolu were thrown to the ground. The entire salon trembled as Mama Kemi's scream filled the air. Her braids fell on clumps around her feet, the magic draining from her body. The mirror shattered again, this time for good. And then the spirit escaped. One by one, ghostly figures emerged from the shade, their eyes filled with relief. Among them was Iyabose, grasping for breath as she tumbled forward. Mama Kemi stumbled backward, her once powerful presence fading. "No!" she shouted. This cannot be." Adebisi stood tall. "It's over." Mama Kemi's body flickered, her form disintegrating into dust. With one final furious glare, she vanished. Silence fell. The saloon, once filled with dark energy, was now empty. Tolu exhaled, shakingly. "Did we win?" Adebisi looked at the broken mirror. The spirits were gone. The curse was broken. She nodded. "We won." Or so they thought. News of Mama Kemi's fall spread quickly. The town rejoiced, celebrating the end of the terrifying secret. The saloon was abandoned, left to rot. No one dares to enter. Iyabose and the other freed spirits slowly returned to their normal life. Though they never spoke of what they had seen inside the mirror, Adebisi and Tolu became heroes. People thanked them, blessed them, and praised their bravery. For the first time in weeks, life felt normal, but Adebisi couldn't shake the feelings that something wasn't right. At night, she still felt watched, and in her dreams, she saw shadows moving. Mama Kemi was gone, wasn't she? Adebisi woke up to a sound, a whisper. She sat up, her heart pounding. The sound came from her mirror. She turned slowly, dreading what she would see. Her own reflection stared back, but then it smiled. Adebisi screamed. Her mother rushed in. "What is it?" Adebisi pointed at the mirror, but now it was just a normal reflection. Nothing was there. Was she imagining it? Or had Mama Kemi's curse not truly ended? The nightmare returned. The whispers grew louder, and then another woman vanished. The town was in shock. No one wanted to believe it, but deep down, everyone knew Mama Kemi was coming back. Adebisi clenched her fist. "We have to stop her. For good." Tolu swallowed. How? Adebisi wasn't sure, but one thing was clear: the battle wasn't over yet. Adebisi and Tolu returned to the abandoned salon one last time. The building was crumbling, the walls covered in dust, but as they stepped inside, the mirror was whole again. Adebisi's breath hitched, and then Mama Kemi stepped out of the glass. "You thought you could defeat me?" she whispered. Her face was younger now, her powers restored. She had been waiting for them, and this time she would not lose. Adebisi knew they couldn't run. They had to end this. She reached out for the scissors again, but Mama Kemi was faster. Dark energy wrapped around Adebisi, lifting her into the air. Tolu screamed, "Let her go!" But Mama Kemi only laughed. "I will never be destroyed. My power is endless." Adebisi grasped for air. Then she remembered Baba Ojo's words. She is not just a stylist, she is a sorceress. Magic could only be defeated by magic. Adebisi reached into her pocket and pulled out the one that she had taken from the old salon. A small braid of Mama Kemi's own hair. She squeezed it and whispered, "By your own power, be undone." The room exploded. Mama Kemi screamed for real this time. Her body turned to dust. The mirror shattered and she was gone forever. The next morning, the town was finally at peace. No whispers, no vanishing people. Adebisi and Tolu stood outside the salon as workers tore it down. Tolu signed. it's really over. Adebisi nodded for good. The nightmare was finally over, and Mama Kemi's touch of beauty was gone forever. Or was it? Because somewhere in a distant town, a new salon was open, and inside a mirror sat waiting for its next victim. Again, I ask, would you let someone who knows the secret of many around your vicinity touch your hair? Or would you love to be in a salon where gossip is the order of the day? Let's discuss in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share this video to friends and family. Let them be aware of how some salon hairstylists can be in terms of magic. And don't forget to subscribe. Put on post notification bell so you always get notified anytime a new and interesting story drops here. Thank you for watching Folktales with Chinelo.